Minister President, honorary guests, ladies and gentlemen. As President of the Congress and Chairman of the German Foundation for Crime Prevention and Assistance of Criminal Offenders, I'd like to extend a very cordial welcome. Thank you for coming. Prevention is worth it. It's a motto which might sound not just unusual, but courageous. And when we had our press conference, this became apparent. Let's put it slightly differently. Prevention pays off. Criminal prevention also pays off, is worth it. Why? There are many things that are non-monetary, but they can still be looked at in monetary terms, as our expert actually has described very clearly in the document on the Congress. There's not a lot of prevention. If there's no prevention, there are less victims and less monetary damage, less social damage, less loss of security, and there is less fear also of crimes, less interruption of lives. And when you look at tertiary prevention, of course, there are early developments that can be prevented, and you will have fewer delinquents and young intensive perpetrators, because after all, they damage themselves and others. This is something that, of course, the society has to deal with, and it takes a long time to get them back on track. But then there is something that's added, more quality of life for families, neighborhoods, schools, and cities, more good order and peaceful coexistence, something that cannot be overestimated for a good society. And the public, more trust and confidence in the justice system and police, and as a side effect, of course, that can be seen everywhere, the willingness to go to police when there is crimes or criminality and appear as a witness in court cases, credible witness. More feeling of security, more commitment and engagement for the common weal, honorary offices, donations, etc. When I say it pays off, what is worth it, then of course there is something that must be paid in. And paying in is not always of a monetary nature either. It is honorary offices and activities, commitment to this work in one's neighborhood, location, municipality, city. And when you look around here and look at the exhibition, you will see that there is a very, very colorful picture of exactly this in Germany. It's services offered by citizens, but it's also about money. Money is not everything. But without money, nothing will be anything. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that you need financing for good prevention. It's something that is obvious, but there's a different question which is much more important. The very important question, and this is what we are facing more than before, and it should have an impact, the real question is, what about then is the comparative added value of criminal prevention compared to what in legal language is called repression? I don't like this language. Police investigations, investigation of the prosecutor, suits that are filed, main juries, penalty, execution, and the criminal justice system. And of course also preventive detention and forensic detention. But we mustn't forget then, of course, that there is something else. Not doing anything, just letting things go, not the perpetrators, but the developments. What about that? Intervention too early can actually trigger developments. There are international examples. Professor Schulte-Marquardt will actually show what it means when you actually look too much into things, how this can also have disadvantageous consequences. Now, as mothers and fathers have known all along, sometimes just take care of themselves. Certain things take care of themselves. So clear criticism, maybe also in specific groups, can also be useful. You don't always need fines. So 40 years ago, the situation was different, but now we have this diversion. And of course, we've got very good learning theories that show us that most, not only young people, know exactly, they know very well If they've committed a crime or if they've done something evil, they don't have to be taught. But we should rather invest more into teaching them how to be responsible in order to get out of the misery that they've maneuvered themselves into at times. It is in this sense that prevention is a challenge for all of us. It challenges all of us to help the needy by positively challenging them for a proper life. So I wish you and all of us and the 20th Congress a lot of success and a sustainable impact. Thank you.